Our culture, if you haven't noticed, has changed. It really has. You know, I can remember when clergy got discounts at the department stores in the city, and our sermons were put in the newspapers, and I could be a part of the country club without ever paying dues. Those days are long gone. We don't have money, and we don't have leverage, and we don't have prestige, and we don't have power. Our culture has changed. And so, when we speak our truth, and it was a truth when it was spoken before, when everybody said, but of course, we stand with you. These convictions and these truths are at the very heart of what the world is all about. But that's not true anymore, if you haven't noticed. Calvin Miller, and you ought to get that sometime if you haven't read it. It's still in print. Calvin was a friend of mine. He wrote 3 books that have become classics called The Singer, The Song, and The Finale. And they're all heart poems about the New Testament. Jesus is the singer, and he sings his song, and when he sings his song, people are healed and changed. And then world hater, that would be Satan himself. And world haters' followers, they turned against the singer. And then Calvin Miller has a wonderful statement in that first of the trilogy. He says, it's hard to keep on singing when the audience has turned its back. It's hard to keep on singing when the audience has turned its back. Robert Webber, the late Robert Webber, a tremendous scholar, especially of worship. But he wrote a book a number of years ago called Ancient and Future Faith. At the seminary, I teach a course to doctoral students called Communicating to Postmoderns. And in that course, I talk about the cultural change that has taken place in our time. And I'm old as dirt, and I've seen it. It has really changed, and it has really changed fast. And the issue is, if you're a preacher, how do you preach in a culture like that? In other words, how do you speak your truth when nobody wants to hear? How do you speak truth to power when you don't have any? How do you speak your truth when the people who hear it get very, very angry? Robert Webber said that as we move into this culture, some have called post-modernity, as we move into this culture, we're not moving into something that is new and different. We're reverting to the first century. And he says because that's true, Christians have to look at the Bible and do it the way Jesus did it, who didn't have any power, who didn't have any prestige, who didn't have any leverage.